As a major winter storm threatens the southeast with extreme cold and icy conditions, help from northeast Florida is on its way.
Dozens of JEA crews are deploying to South Carolina within the next 25 minutes or so, and this is to assist with potential power outages. We have our Freer Bar standing by right now. She is live on the west side, JEA's West Side Service Center. This is where those crews are loading up. We can see behind you right now, lots of trucks lined up behind you.
Yeah, and in those trucks are going to be brave linemen who are heading up to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina to help out with the major winter storm heading to our Atlantic coast. I'm joined with Clay Cook, who's been with JEA for over 17 years now. Clay, you told me earlier that you've actually been to about 50 or 60 of these out-of-state operations. How do you guys train for these sorts of trips?
Well, we rely on our basic training that we receive here at JEA, but we familiarize ourselves with different power systems when we go out of town. You know, not everybody's the same as Jacksonville, so we'll watch safety videos and talk to the utility about, you know, what kind of power system they have and what hazards are associated with working on that system.
Because every danger is different, like you were saying earlier. I mean, snowstorms, hurricanes, they all have their own challenges. What kind of gear and equipment are you guys bringing up to Myrtle Beach?
Well, we bring our, our typical safety equipment, gloves, rubber gloves, grounds, all of our FR gear. This one we're probably going to bring some rain gear because we might have some rain, and we're also going to bring some warm weather gear, you know what I mean, because it's going to be cold. So there's a little bit different on where we're going, but I think it'll be about the same stuff. So
some of those challenges that you guys are anticipating, obviously the icy freezing weather, but the conditions on the roads and what you guys are going to be handling out there when you're with those power outages, what do you expect?
Well, the weather forecast is calling for rain probably turning into possibly ice, and if it does turn into ice, that can create a really big hazard. One we're not really used to down here in Florida. Like, I've worked on ice storms, and those ice storms can be really, really bad, and it can sometimes be worse than a hurricane. So dealing with that hazard is just one of those things. You take it step by step and try to get the power restored.
Worse than a hurricane, and it sounds like it's because the infrastructure there is just because it's not able to handle this sort of weather. But what is some of the most rewarding part of going out to these sorts of trips and operations after a major outage?
The most rewarding part to me is when you've worked all day to get customers back on, and you get to throw that switch in and see those people. The lights come back on and they're all cheering for you. To me, that's one of the most rewarding parts. It's very rewarding work. You get to see the result of your action for a hard day's work.
And last tips for the public to know, for you guys to be able to do your job efficiently, what should they know so that you guys are able to do that?
I mean, just if you see a power line down, just stay away from it, call the utility. And, if the weather's bad and the conditions are not safe to drive in, just try to stay off the roads and slow down when you're coming up on utility crews. It's a dangerous job in itself, and having traffic on top of that can make it even worse. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning and sharing some of those tips for not only the public, but also for sharing what you guys are going to be doing out there. We hope you guys stay safe when you go to Myrtle Beach. We're joined in West Side Service Center at JEA right now, but we're going to send it back to you guys at the anchor desk right now, live in Jacksonville. Fariha Abrar, First Coast News, on your side.